Again, if you're starting a small business and there are just two of you, well, I mean, yes, I'm not talking about sole practitioners here. On the whole, there's going to be more than one person. In the early days, how do you get somebody to work for this unknown company where nobody knows you and nobody knows your brand? And some people think, well, you know, you're a small business, you can't afford to pay people much. But actually, if you want the best people, you've got to be prepared to pay for them. But even the best people don't want to work for something completely unknown. Why do they do that? And it goes back to that credibility gap, because everyone wants to be associated with success. Everyone wants a challenge. So even in the early days, we were able, when we started taking on people, to take on a good team. Now, I've got the best in the world. Last year, I stepped aside from being chief executive to chairman. I wish I'd done it earlier, because my chief executive is much better than I was. I love production, I love marketing, I love sales, I even love finance. But these people are much better at any of those things than I could ever be. My finance director won Young Finance Director of the Year in the CBI Awards last year, and in another awards. He's the best. My marketing director, Will Garley, was the marketing director of Tropicana. You know, the orange juice? Pepsi. He is responsible for Tropicana now being the #1 orange juice by miles in this country. Those famous television advertisements of, you know, this breakfast in New York, and those are all his. He's a genius. So we've got the best team, great non-exec directors, and you get them working together. Koen, our Belgian production director, is an absolute genius, the best production director I've ever worked with. And that's when you're building a team, again, how good are you at delegating? If you're building a small business, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you want to build anything bigger than a small business, you've got to start managing people. And one of the most difficult things that people find is to let go. You don't have to be a control freak. Even if you're not a control freak, people find it difficult to let go. And then the other thing is people find it very, very threatening to take on people who they think are going to be better than they are. And I think the secret is to